It's the Doscinco Project.
Money pouring in, clientele growing down.
With your host, Doscinco.
Let's go!
What's up, everybody? You are now tuned into the Doscinco Project, where we talk about business, entertainment, motivation, and mindset. I have a very special guest with me today. He's my personal photographer. You know, we ended up doing a session with the family today. He definitely does great work. He's worked with countless artists. Kanye, he's taking pictures of Beyonce, he's taking pictures of Diddy and the entire Bad Boy family. He's worked with XXL, Forbes, Huffington Post, and so much more. He's only 27 years old, you guys, and he's straight out of Philadelphia. He's worked on photography and videography for about 8 years, and now he does this as a passion, but he also makes money off of it. Everybody, please welcome Make Wonders. How you doing
What's
today,
up, bro?
sir?
I'm good, man.
Listen, we had a few technical difficulties in the beginning, but I'm glad that we're able to just go through it, and make things happen. But what I want you to do is let's go back into your childhood. Okay. Tell me where you grew up. Yeah. You know, tell me, how was it growing up, and then what made you propel into photography?
Okay. So I'm from Cobbs Creek, West Philly area. You know what I'm saying? Born and raised. And I had a pretty cool childhood. You know what I'm saying? My childhood was surrounded by the camera. Okay. You know what I'm saying? The family camera, the VHS John. So we got all them home tapes to this day. Even my birth is on camera.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, like
not the birth.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't even seen the birth yet. I'm like, that's crazy, but I ain't seen it yet.
Now, yours is on VHS, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Did they transfer into digital yet or no?
No, we got the thing at home though, so you can put the little you could transfer it over. Okay. We did it like once or twice for a music video, but like that's
gotcha.
it.
Yo, that's dope.
Yeah,
man. That's dope.
But yeah, my whole life been on camera, man. So that's really much why I got inspired to even pick one up.
Okay.
I've been recorded. I always wanted to record too.
So when did you? Okay, so you got inspired, obviously, based off of family memories, things of that sort. When did you actually pick up a camera and start doing it for yourself?
I say, picking up a camera, doing it for myself. Honestly, I was 13. 13. But after my 13th birthday party, I had all my friends there, so they got me birthday money and cards and stuff. So I ended up buying a camera, a little Sony point and shoot camera, and then I got an Xbox 360. But I got the camera first.
Gotcha.
I actually had enough left over to get the Xbox.
You went to Walmart to get the camera? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I was right on that, and that was 13. And then gradually high school, grabbed another little camera, a bigger camera, but like another smaller camera. And just kept taking pics of my friends. But college, after my freshman year is when I feel like I took it seriously. Okay. And took the Make Wonders name and felt like I used that to brand with my camera. And
what made you use that name?
The name actually came from basketball. It was random. Okay. I used to play basketball at high school at St. Joe's because I used to have access to the gym up there. Yeah. And I was just texting my homies one day. I was like, yo, I was killing it today. Like, I'm Kid Make Wonders. And that was my Instagram name, but it wasn't about photography. It was just my page. Right. And then I was looking for a photography name, and I just couldn't think of nothing. But then Make Wonders just circled back around. Okay. Because it wasn't even my Instagram name again at the time. It was just gone. And then I thought about it. I'm like, dang, Make Wonders kind of cool. So now I use Make Wonders PA to show where I was from.
And you can connect it too.
Exactly.
Everything.
And I ain't never think
you
about
making wonders, you don't even realize.
Exactly. Because that's exactly. Because when I had Make Wonders I wasn't thinking about making wonders or saying that out loud. It was my brand name. It was my Instagram. I can go. It's brandable. It's. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. People would like it. I knew it wasn't going to look crazy. Because the first one I picked was like nastiness photography. Man, I'm like, how much shoot a wedding with nastiness photography? Like, that don't even make sense. So after the first day I had that, I changed it immediately. That's what Make Wonders sparked back up. And I was like, cool.
Okay, but, so you got the name. You got your first camera. Yeah. You started shooting at 13. Yeah. Did you attend college?
I went to St. Joe's. I actually went to St. Joe's for college too. Yeah.
Okay. What
St.
did you
Joe's
major
University,
in?
Criminal Justice.
Criminal
I went
Justice.
there for 3 years.
Okay.
I left out with 3 semesters left. Wow. I left out. Yeah.
So you went from criminal justice to photography. What made you change that trajectory?
For a job wise, the police brutality part. Like the Mike Brown stuff was going on back then. And Trayvon Martin stuff was still fresh because it was like, all right, everything after that was like, oh, it's another thing. Like, and Trayvon Martin wasn't police, but it was like still like, some stuff brutality. Right. Where they put him as a police kind of guy. And it just made policemen look bad. Everything made policemen look bad. So I was like, I ain't want to work so hard to try to save conflict and make myself look better because I threw a uniform on. You know what I'm saying? Versus I could just be me and still be who I can still be that person, be in the community and stuff like that.
And you know what? That's so. I'm glad you said be me. Because a lot of times you know, the trajectory is you go to school, you go to high school, you transfer over into college, you graduate with your degree, you work in a 9 to 5, you get plugged into that system, you do that for about 40, 50 years, then you get your retirement check, and then you die 5 years later, right? So it's almost, and then in that process of working for that corporation, you got to follow everything that they're doing, you got to behave a certain way, you got to talk a certain way, and you technically have a different identity while at work. Then when you home, you're a different person, because I see that with myself. A lot of times when I'm in the suit and tie, I behave a certain way. When I'm at home, I'm a different person. Everybody has two sides, right? But I love the fact that you was like, you want to be authentically you 24/7 and just do what you want to do that makes you happy.
Definitely.
That's dope.
Yeah, because like, you know, you can obviously, I don't try too hard to do that, because y'all going, people going to see me regardless at the end of the day. So it's like, I don't even want you to think I'm different than what I am. Like,
so 3 semesters in, or 3 semesters left to go.
Yeah.
You drop out. What did your parents say?
They wasn't feeling it, but they kind of understood, because they've been supportive. I definitely would. I'm not gonna give them and say they wasn't supportive. They've been supporting me, backing me heavy. Like they believe in me. So I think that helps. I think it's helpful when your parents believe in your dream, because like a lot of times that's the moment of clashing you with your parents. I mean, you try to tell them your dream, and they're like, all right, But true. You know, So that's like, I think it really helped out. They believed in me, because it still was hard. And it still is not easy, but it's still natural to me. So it's like,
so you got to go after. So it's the fact that, okay, you're a photographer. When did you start making money off of it?
I would say about a year after I dropped out. Like I was making money off of it even before I dropped out, here and there, but like my prices was low, and I wasn't shooting like big events. I shot my first wedding in 2016. And then I think in 2016 I might have shot like 3 or 4 weddings. I got like 2 cousins that got married. They had me shoot their wedding, because they was like, "Oh, you do the camera thing?" I'm like, "Cool, yeah." So I shot their weddings. They loved it. I shot a firefighter wedding for my brother, 2 firefighters weddings actually. And that was how I got some wedding experience, and I mean, so it was like cool. And then you get a wedding bag, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and
you build your portfolio up.
More importantly, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta have that. You gotta have something to show. You know what I'm saying? You can believe in yourself and do anything, but if you don't show nobody, they're not gonna believe you.
Right? Yeah, that's so true.
I mean?
That's how I connected with you. You know, I went on your Instagram. Actually, I was looking for photographers because I needed to get some stuff done, and I came up, you know, I came and I saw you from Philadelphia. I was looking at all your shots, and I said, yo, he takes really good quality shots, man. I love the shots. That's why we connected. And we connected very quickly. Like definitely. You were definitely on it. Like the moment I sent that message, I would probably say within the hour you responded back to me. And then here we are today. And this is what, the second section that we ended up doing. So that's pretty dope. Now, you started making money. No. Before we even get to that, what sparked you to actually start making money? Was it the Summer Jam experience?
Summer Jam might have sparked my confidence. I feel like, because I always wanted to make money, but Summer Jam was like, it wasn't even like people was even heavily reaching out like, oh, because you did Summer Jam, let me book you or not. They were just like, I knew that I could. If I saw the pictures I took, and I was like, all right, I could do this. Like I could take these.
Explain how you got into Summer Jam.
Summer Jam. I got a homie, and his homie had backstage passes for sale. So we bought a backstage pass. Backstage passes only work for whatever artist that apparently is affiliated with inside the chip on the wristband. So you can't even really see it. You just got to know. So we went backstage. It was a big hassle. We couldn't really get back there. Ended up getting through, and then couldn't get on the stage because I couldn't just walk out. I didn't have a Hot 97 badge on. But then
you had your camera though,
I had
right?
my camera in my hand, and I just had the wristband. I'm like, go praying, let's go. So Mano was first to go on stage, and Mano took the whole hood with him, like 25, 30 people. Had the Millie Rock Boy out there, 2 Millie. It was all out there on stage wilding out, some New York stuff. And then I ran out there with them because security stopped counting. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm with Mano. So so after Mano got off stage, I was able to tuck myself on. I was the only photographer on the stage. All the photographers was in the pit, except for like one other girl all on the other side who had a Hot 97 badge. But one time security tried to get me out of there, and one boy was like, no, he good. He was Hot 97. So I don't know why he looked out for me, but shout out to him. And then that's when after Mano went off stage, Kanye, 2 Chainz, Pusha, Designer, Big Sean, and one more person I still can't remember. But it was like 6 of them, and they all came out on stage, and it was like crazy. Oh, and Travis Scott, that's who it was. Travis Scott was the last one of them, and they all came out lined up, like just in a line, performing that song they got together called Champions, something like that. So they did that, and that's when I got to pick a Kanye. And it was just crazy, because it was just, I wasn't expecting none of that day. It was chilling, like in Jersey or whatever. It
goes to show you too, 80% of the time is just showing up.
You know, staying ready.
And that's exactly what you did. You showed up. You didn't know you were going to get those shots, but you presented yourself.
Right.
You know, a lot of, and I say this a lot of people dream, right? A lot of people want to be photographers, they want to be videographers, they want to do this, they want to do that, but they don't want to get up out of bed. They don't want to leave their house. Meanwhile, you out there, and you like, you know what? Let's go to Summer Jam.
Right.
You know what? Let's see if we can get backstage. You know what? Let's see, we on stage now. Now you start taking all these shots, so now you can include that within your portfolio.
Right.
So now you know how to take candid shots in concerts.
Right.
And that's the way you start building.
Right.
That's crazy,
Yeah,
man. So once you took the Kanye shots, you took all those shots of the various artists. What happened from there?
From there, it was just I had hella content, so I'm just hyped because I'm like I gotta pick a Kanye, and I was so hyped to the point where I actually used my Wi-Fi and my camera and put the pickup while I'm on stage. Like,
that's dope.
Guess who? Because I was like his face was covered with smoke or something like that.
Right.
For one pic, so I'm like, guess who? Then I got home and edited the rest of them up and like started dropping them. But it was like after that, it was just a lot of love. It was a lot of love. Because them pics definitely was legendary to me. I got them printed out and all that. Like,
so what are you doing now? Like, are you still going to concerts? Are you still taking photos there?
I'm still going to concerts, but now I'm on a type time where like every time I'm at a concert, like I went to Made in America.
Okay.
I think twice. No, maybe once with a VIP pass, but that's when I got to pick a Beyonce, and Jay-Z, and a bunch of other people.
Wow.
But they wasn't performing; they were just backstage. They were just VIP chilling.
Okay.
And when I took to pick up Beyonce, I thought he was gonna kick me out because nobody else was taking pictures, and she covered her face with her hand.
She did.
Oh man, I thought I was about to get kicked out of VIP, bro. my man said once I took the picture, she with her hand up. I said, "Oh my god!" And then I looked away. My man said she started laughing at me.
She did start laughing.
I never saw it.
Right?
I never saw it. I immediately turned away. I'm like, if they gonna get me, they gonna come tap my shoulder. That's it. Like, I didn't even want to see it, but
so
she was cool with it.
Was she prepared for? I mean, did she know you was about to take it?
No, everybody just kind of turned. It got silent. It got real quiet at a festival. The stages was far, but it got quiet in VIP. Okay. Everybody like faced the wall, like faced the other way where they was walking to. Like, and it's like everybody watching them walk through like king and queen. Like,
that's crazy.
That's why I was confused. I'm like, what's going on? Then I see everybody looking. I'm like, oh snap! So I pulled my camera out. I swore I saw somebody pull the camera out. I think I'm tripping though.
Right.
But I pulled my camera out. Hov was cool with it. He looked at me. He walked by. He gave me like 5 pics out that joint, like clean joint. He was looked at me and everything. Gave me clean joints, bro. Dope, then I turned and Beyonce right behind him, so she put her hand up. That was the only pic I got of her. Put the camera away.
Did she put it? You said she put it up on
so
her
what happened
Instagram?
was I put it in my story, right? I was like maybe next time because you couldn't see her face,
right?
But that was it. The next morning I woke up, it's on her Instagram.
Yo,
I'm like, oh snap! Somebody like, ain't this your picture? I'm like, yo, it is. Like, it was like in a slide of her picture from that weekend.
That's
crazy.
Then
everybody was like going crazy on Twitter. Like, I was like getting like responses from people all over the world, like Brazil, France. That was like background. Like, you see the time got different language on it in that picture with their background. It was like, I wanted to put this on merch and pillows. I'm just like, what, yo? So that was crazy too.
So that's, first of all, that's legendary.
Yeah, super.
Not too many people get them shots.
Yeah, and then the fact that she put on her gram was like, she saw it and liked it enough to put in her phone, upload it. Like, I was like, wow.
So let's go into the business side of it, right? So obviously, you know, you're in the business of making money. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a creative process, but you also got to eat too, right? You also got to, you know, find shelter and things of that sort.
Right.
So explain the process of going out, getting clients, working with them. You know, like what's the process?
I feel
hunting,
like,
so to speak.
Right. I feel like in Philly specifically too. It's a heavy rap scene. You can do whatever in Philly, but it's a heavy rap scene in Philly. So if you're doing videos and music videos, you're gonna come across some rappers.
Okay.
So I feel like if you want it, it happened a couple times at shoot, and I was like, no.
It's kinda
like it was
played
by
out,
surprise too. Yeah, it was way crazy. I'm like, whoa. But it was like, other than that, I don't do all that. I like to make it cool. But I think that doing music videos, I'm saying rap videos, whatever, R&B, but it's just that also will get you on the map easy. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a hot video. But even if it's not even a hot video, like if you do a pretty good video for somebody, they're gonna show everybody they know because it's their video. So somebody they show is gonna be like, dang, who shot that? You know what I'm saying? As long as that's the question you wanna try to bring up every time. Who shot that? You know what I'm saying? You want everybody to ask them.
How many clients do you get in a week?
I don't know.
You can just average it out, or does it just? It's
varies. So sporadic, bro. Some weeks I will do nothing. Some weeks I won't have no clients. Some weeks I have one. Some weeks I'll have 5, 6.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I have like 2 or 3 shoots in one day. You never know. You know what I'm saying? But it's so sporadic. But that's why I also want to do it. I want to get more like corporate deals too, like corporate like contracts and stuff like that. So I can be not doing that for a week, but not worried about it either. not be like, all right, I ain't got no clients this week.
Corporate money is a different type of money.
It's different because they pay you for
10,000 is nothing to them. That's a drop in the bucket.
For you to go take pictures for what somebody on the streets ain't gonna pay you 1,000 for.
Yep.
So it's like, just go get that corporate bag, and then you can play the streets, get your extra pocket money. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You can make your bills off corporate money, make your spending money off the streets.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my goal for real. 'Cause I still love to be with the people. You know what I'm saying? I want to be in Hollywood. I want to be with the A-listers, shooting them, whatever. But it's the people that I started with that got me there. So I feel like I always want to stay in the streets a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome. Now I noticed that you had mentioned on Twitter that people were saying that they want to, put your images on shirts and things of that sort.
Right.
Are you doing any behind the scenes to try to protect your images, like copywriting and things of that sort?
I never thought about that.
That would be, and I'm gonna be absolutely honest, right? Let's just talk about a current event, right?
Right.
The whole Chris Rock, Will Smith slap, right? That's a Getty image and all that stuff,
I got
right?
it on my phone.
Yeah, everybody has that. That is the infamous picture, right?
Yes.
But whoever took that shot, they copyright that joint. They can protect it to where nobody can put that on merch. I'm talking about anybody can put anything on merch.
Of course, but
I'm talking about the corporations can't put it on something because you can protect that, or they buy your rights, or they license it.
Right.
And then you also have the creating prints. Mm-hmm. So now you take those photos, you create prints, you start selling a limited edition and all that good stuff. Like, are you thinking of those areas as well?
Definitely. I wanna drop some more merch soon.
Okay.
My merch though, it doesn't really have much to do with photos. I just like fashion too.
Yeah.
So I got some more.
I can clearly see that, my brother. I can clearly see.
Appreciate it. But yeah, it more so got to do with the Make Wonders brand name. Okay. So I'm still trying to get the whole branding aspect of that out. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's pretty positive, colorful most of the time, but I like to just switch it up. But I definitely want to do prints. I want to do prints, and I want to do I do want to do some merch with photos. I feel like people like that. It's just not my
retro is definitely something.
It's just not my swag all the way. You know what I'm saying? But I do like it though. And it's my photos, so I can find some hot pictures to put on the tee. I want to design stuff like that, like the Dirk tee, just stuff like that. But that's I definitely want to do all that.
That's dope,
selling
man.
all that.
My thing is, you could definitely expand with the merch, the whole videography. Next thing you know, you got photographers and videographers up under you.
I know.
You create a whole studio with it.
Yeah,
man.
I want to do that. I don't know when that day is gonna come because I'm so
make that thing
picky.
happen today.
No, thanks.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
I was listening to a Dame Dash interview this morning, right? And he was on I think it's called All in Smoke or Up in Smoke. My bad for jacking up the name, but
All the Smoke.
It is All the Smoke.
I think All the Smoke.
There you go. Okay, All the Smoke. Well, one of the hosts wants to be an actor.
Okay.
He said because Dame Dash turned to him and was like, what's one of your biggest dreams? He said, well, I want to be an actor. He was like, well, why ain't you acting? He was like, well, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. He was just making it complicated for himself. He was like, it's not that complicated. He was like, I'm looking around right now and I see nothing but cameras. And this is your staff. Get somebody to do a script, act in it, you're an actor.
Facts.
He said, yeah, but it's gonna be B class. It's not, it's not gonna be an A class. He said, man, you just putting more and more barriers up. Mm-hmm. He was like, a dream is going to be difficult at first, but you move forward and you make that stuff happen, and now it's no longer a dream. Right. He was like, your goal is to make those dreams dead. Yeah. Because now once it's dead, that means it came true. Now you can move on to something else. So with you, make that joint happen.
Yeah, I feel that. I like that.
ASAP.
Yeah.
Because we ain't got that too much time on this earth.
No, that's a fact, bro.
We got like 60 more. You got 60 more years, brother. If you can last to 100, you got 70.
Right.
I got probably another 40, 50. Think about
time
it.
Moves too
that
fast.
Time goes by too fast.
It's already been 27 for me, and I mean, it's almost 30. That's
when you hit, I'm gonna be honest, I got depressed when I hit 30. Man.
Word?
Yeah, I'm 36 right now. I got depressed when I hit 30, man, because when I was 15, I think probably since I was a kid, I was like, when I turn 30, I want to be a millionaire already, right? When 30 hit, and I realized I wasn't no millionaire. I mean, I did pretty good for myself. But when I turned around, I was like, yo, I didn't fulfill any of my entrepreneurial endeavors. I said I did great in the corporate scene, but entrepreneurially, I was like, no. It was the pandemic that made me start setting up the podcast and everything else. So I was like, you know what? And I love what you said before. I think it was in a previous recording where you was like, you just wanted to be very authentic.
Yeah, it's gonna be me, bro.
And my thing is like, that's when I started. I ended up growing out the bed, So now you ain't got Degrassi Drake no more. Now you got Views Drake. Yeah, like that's where I'm at with it. No, I'm just playing. So okay, so. You're traveling too.
Yeah,
I saw some photos in LA. Tell me about some spots that you've been traveling to.
Love LA. I really think I'm gonna move there this year or next year. Like probably,
Okay.
like, I want to go move there like before next spring. I'm trying to get out there. You know what I'm saying? So
LA is
hopefully by
dope.
the end of the year. It's just like it's like I got a homegirl to work at Warner. She texted me the other day like, "Oh, you want this referral for this job? Like, are you out here
She
yet?"
work at Warner.
Warner, bro.
Wow.
Like she did she did the production for like the Snowfall commercial when they dropped the new season coming out,
That's
and like
crazy.
Kobe Bryant's Rest in Peace Nike commercial, like some other stuff. So I'm just like, dang, like I'm trying to get on board with that type of stuff.
Absolutely.
So I hit her up and she out here. So
Yep.
I'm like, I ain't gonna waste your time and keep hitting you if I ain't out there.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
when I get out there, I'm gonna make sure I'm on her line. But she hit me the other day with that, like trying to give me some job out there, and I'm like, dang, like
Dude, that's
I gotta
dope,
get to
man.
LA.
If you can do that, that'll be good. And the thing is, you're gonna have artists there.
It's-
Artists, everybody's out there.
Artists, models, actors, producers, whatever, commercials, like everybody either going out there for something and coming back, or they staying out there.
That's nuts. I was in LA in 2020 during the
Yeah,
pandemic
yeah.
when the price to
Was
fly
dumb low?
was cheap.
Whoo, bro, I was going at that time.
Man, I
dog.
spent $350 for me and my girl to go out to LA, brother.
bro.
Plus hotel
shoot,
fare.
that's fair, that's fair.
Plus hotel fare. I think
Yeah.
it was like $350 we went out there.
Bro.
And we went out there. I ended up doing 2 interviews out there. I went to Ethica.
Okay.
Because Ethica's out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So I went there, interviewed the director of brand marketing there. Man, we were there for 2 days. We took some dope shots. Banging experience, man. I loved
It was quiet during the pandemic. Like everybody was in the
was.
crib, so it was
Yeah.
like you just floating through, not traffic or nothing. It's
Man,
like
it was beautiful, man. We went to the Nipsey Hussle mural, all that stuff, man. LA's different.
It is.
It is
I
definitely
I
different.
love LA. It's just pricey, but I think they pay money over there, so I feel like that's gonna add out. I ain't worried about that. I want to go over there. I feel like I'll go over there and make money. I'm not worried about it being expensive.
Okay, so LA is one of your favorite spots. What other places have you ventured to?
New Orleans. I love New Orleans.
Okay.
Atlanta, New York. I went to Cancun for a wedding, but it ended
Nice.
up I ain't go to shoot the wedding. That's actually the first wedding I went to that I wasn't shooting.
Okay.
'Cause I had never been to a wedding before just to go, and then
Right.
I went and still took my camera because it was a homie, and he still used my pictures because they was hot. So he got some free pics from me in that joint. But other than that, New York, Atlanta, New Orleans, LA. Houston I went to before. I like Houston a lot. I want to
Okay.
go back to Houston. And Austin I went there too in Texas. But I like Houston. It was just more of a vibe.
Do you travel there for photography, or you just traveling just for
Yeah,
leisure?
most time I'm traveling for photography or videography. One time some dude flew me down to Atlanta and we drove up to North Carolina and then ended up shooting in North Carolina. We snuck into UNC's gym. Like we was on the floor
that's
shooting
crazy.
a video. And then we went to South Carolina. He got us in a Myrtle Beach helicopter for a scene because he needed a helicopter scene. He was
crazy,
getting crafty.
man.
I'm like,
That's
oh, it's
crazy.
crazy. Then we ended up back in Atlanta. I was on the road for like 8 days with him. We
Okay.
just shooting. Then I just had like 2 extra days in Atlanta. He put me up in a hotel.
Oh, that's
And it
dope,
was like,
man.
it was fly, but that was like, I like that kind of stuff. I love being on the road. I love the long nights, early mornings. Like, if I'm working, I love getting to it.
I mean, when you think about it, right? And please explain this to the audience, right?
Right.
When you passionate about something, and this is your craft, but this is also your gift, but this is also something that you absolutely love, it doesn't feel like work.
Right.
Right? So you can do those early mornings, late nights
Right.
with no problem.
Yeah.
It's not work.
Yeah.
I'm taking pictures, I'm editing,
Right.
and I'm putting it out there, or
Right.
I'm making money off of it.
Yeah.
A lot of people are not. There's so many people out there that are stuck behind a desk, a cubicle,
Right.
that want to do, but they
Right.
don't want to move forward.
Right.
And it's because, I understand,
Yeah.
you have the bills, you have the obligations and stuff, but with you, you are definitely an inspiration, especially for the younger generation,
Right.
to go out there and make things happen,
Yeah.
and follow those passions and try to make those dreams come true, which is dope. You know?
I feel like it's important to bet on yourself. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people don't bet on themselves enough.
No.
And I feel like when you look at people do things, they'll think it's like super amazing or something like that. But it's like some people are really gifted. Obviously, everybody can't just get up and go do a 360 dunk on the court. But it's like if you practice enough and train enough and really determined to do stuff, you can go do that dunk too if you want. I mean, you can go. You can make that move, whatever kind of move you want to make in the world.
That's so
You know
true.
what I'm saying? It's just
So
gotta,
true.
if it's for you, it's gonna be for you too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So sometimes you won't do something, but it won't be for you.
Who's your inspiration when it comes to photography? Like, who do you look up to?
It's crazy, bro. I don't really have one. Like,
Oh, you
I
don't?
don't
Okay.
know any photography. Like, her name is Fo by Mo.
Okay.
She's fire. My man Taylor, who run the studio, Taylor
Yep.
Genius, he fire. And this dude, Aunt Bill, he actually a rapper from Jersey, but he used to do photography. When I first started doing photography, he was already doing photography, and it was hot. Those probably my 3 that I like the most.
Now, I noticed that you said, you don't really have one. Is it because photographers, because they're behind the scenes.
I think so.
Nobody's a big name.
Right.
Right.
It's like there's big names, but you had to be in that industry. You had to be in the modeling
know.
industry. Like, oh, you know that was that person at the shoot. Like,
Right.
you got to hear from somebody. You don't just see the photographer. Like, oh, that's the boy that took the pictures.
You probably could be the first. I'm not going to say first, but you probably can take photography to the point where you be the first celebrity photographer.
That's what I want to be. Like, I want to be a celebrity photographer in the fact that I'm the celebrity.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, of course. So
that's
it's
what I'm
like,
saying.
so I would definitely want to be that and change the name around it because I feel like photographers need more love. You know what I'm saying? The people behind the camera that making what everybody is seeing. You know what I'm saying? Look good.
And them lenses ain't cheap.
They not, bro. They not.
I saw I was talking to some dude. He was taking photos of me not too long ago, well, probably about 2 years ago, and he said his lens was like $5,000.
Yeah, bro.
I said that's a whole car right there.
Yeah, the lens I was using today was like $2,000, just the lens. You know what I'm saying? But I had it for like 5 years, 6 years now, so I didn't.
You got your money's worth. Yeah, you made your money.
But it's just the fact that it's getting old too, because I've been using it. Cause I be on it, so I've been using that joint since I got it. Like since the day I got it, I've been on that joint. So it's crazy. Like the new camera I want probably no lower than 5K. You know what I'm saying? Without a lens. So it's like, I can use some lenses I got on it, but like still, like I want to get some new stuff. I'm going to be upgrading. So it's like the price is going up and up and up. Like,
I'm gonna stick to my iPhone moving
bro,
forward.
For
man.
real, bro.
It's expensive.
These cameras get crazy, but it
what?
look beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? If you have a talent like yours, you
I'm
put all that money behind it. You're not gonna waste it.
I'm
Exactly.
gonna go out there and shoot.
Man, I remember back in 2013, I bought a Canon something. I don't know what the model is, but I bought it. I wanted to take photos of my kids when they was babies, and that was pretty much, I probably used it 1 week.
Right.
And that thing was locked away for 10 years, and I gave it to my son. I said,
that's
you can
the
just
one?
take that. That's the one.
Okay.
It's brand new.
That's crazy.
I only used it like 3-4 times.
That's crazy.
But that's how you know someone like you putting the use in.
Yeah.
You making it happen.
Yeah.
So that's dope. Words of advice to someone growing up wants to be a photographer, what would you tell them?
Take the shot, because I feel like you can't recreate moments. So take them chances to get them shots you're gonna need or the shots you want, because like I said, like I just said, I repeat it again, you can't recreate moments. Like the people will be thinking you can, but like you literally can't. It's not the same. The energy is always in the image, you know what I'm saying, when it's there. But other than that, just bet on yourself again, you know what I'm saying? That's another one. And just stay true to yourself too.
Listen,
I
man,
like
you create those memories and make wonders.
Yes.
You hear me? Create those memories and make wonders.
Make wonders, baby.
Brother, I appreciate you being here today. I'm glad that we were able to take shots with you today.
I'm glad y'all were able to
You are
too,
always such a pleasant person. You make people feel comfortable, and people just, even though I only got 3 poses, I got the side eye,
Listen,
I got
bro.
the one with the hands right here, and the no look, and I'm good to go. But even though I got that, you still work with me.
Yeah, bro. You know what
I
I'm saying?
appreciate
'Cause
you,
you got
brother.
more to come, bro.
Yeah,
That's
man,
not-
listen,
that's
man,
not
I got to
all.
look up some YouTube videos on some different poses. I'll be good. But listen, it's a wrap, y'all. Thank you so much for
Thanks for
everything,
having me,
bro.
brother.
Appreciate
You, dog.
Yep, absolutely.